The takedown has begun. Target individual, psychic reading. Um, yeah, I feel like the karma has been activated and blasted tower at the bottom. The towers are starting to fall. Okay. For too long, these people have thought they were going to get away with it. Okay. Source is moving to the next level. Okay. So somebody's going to, because I've been saying for a while, somebody's going to be made an example of, in my case specifically. Um, with me saying this, I don't think it's, in my case at least, the person who's really gone on the heavy attack. I think it's kind of a couple of levels down or layers down. Devil, temperance. Okay, so what this is about the temperance angel taking down the devil. This person's in devil energy. Okay, source has had enough. Okay, you've removed yourself from a situation, and that's allowed the tower to start falling. Got quite a few coming out here. Hang on. Right, so what we got here? Right, so we've got Three of Wands in the reverse, Lord of Established Strength. The Empress in the reverse, Daughter of the Mighty Ones. Hermit, Magus of the Light. Six of Wands, Lord of Victory. Seven of Swords, Lord of Unstable Efforts. Okay, so what it feels like is that for too long you've struggled with this strength. You've struggled with that knowing, with that belief, with who you are. And you've been in Empress in the reverse. Okay, toxic feminine energy, not knowing your worth and value, letting people kind of take advantage and stuff like that. So what you've done is you've gone into hermit mode. Now, when the hermit card on this deck is charming the snake. Okay, so you've gone into the darker side. You've learned how to balance the light and the dark elements within you, because we'll have them within us. You've taken control. Okay, you've taken control of that dark side within you, and that's leading you to victory. And all that unstable effort, you're taking control of it. Okay, I'm always drawn with this card that the swords are making like a protective barrier. So you might be ramping up your protection, your energetic protection, etc., etc. Right, the clowns of the circus are starting to expose themselves. The secrets and the lies are starting to come to the forefront. There's many rats in the pack. Okay, and the smarter ones know, by admitting the truth, talking about what they've done, exposing the light, secrets and lies, it will lessen their karma. You won't see this because you've been removed, but they're all turning on each other. They're all starting to turn on each other. The paranoia has hit. Okay, nobody knows what's coming, and that's fueling this paranoia in them. Okay, it's what they've done to you times by 1,000. Okay, times by 1,000. Okay, these fools thought that they could out you, off you, get rid of you, take your energy, steal what was yours. Okay, they honestly thought they'd get away with it. Okay, because the ramifications from source didn't come within the time that they expected. They poo-pooed you. They thought it was a lie. Well, now the mighty source is going to wield its sword and show these people its true force. Okay, Queen of Wands in the reverse position, Queen of the Thrones of the Flames. So the Queen of Wands for me in the reverse position, it can talk about some negative some black magic, witchcraft, etc. It can also talk about like stirring of the pot, rumours and lies, gossip, backstabbing, bitching, fortitude, daughter of the flaming star. Okay, so I feel like this is either the collective or this is your spiritual protection. Okay, it's time to pay the piper. Okay, that card always reminds me of something. It's time to pay the piper. Okay, this is going to be swift. It is going to be just, and those that know will know why this has had to happen. Okay, and they're gonna scuttle like rats. There will be one that tries to take their crown, not yours. This person who's being taken down. because the arrogance and ego that runs through that person is immense. Right, let's go on to what's the tea. See what we've got going off here. Right, so we've got bad habits, DURGS and denial, repeating mistakes, can't break the loop. Into you, good chemistry, great vibes, pure intentions, rejected, ghosted hard, ignored and erased. So what this feels like to me is that this is happening because of potentially either a love connection or a strong friendship connection. And the person who's on the attack has been rejected either by you or your person, okay? And now they're stuck in this loop, okay? Because you or your person don't want them. They can't handle that, so they've got into this toxic cycle. Now, the problem when people start working with dark energy or get manipulated and corrupted by dark energy is that once it, you know, say if they do something and it doesn't work, they get into this attitude of, well, I've done it now, so I might as well just continue. And it's got a little bit of a feel of that to it. Okay. So we've got played out come out. They're teasing me. Just bear with me. So played out. A few coming out now. Right. So played out. What else have we got? Child services, clout hungry. Okay. So played out. Child services, family in danger, family being reported, neglect or abuse suspected. Okay. Clout hungry, viral or nothing, lives for attention, makes shiz up for drama. Okay. So what this feels like is, much like the rejected there, this person feels played out. Now, I'm also drawn to the bottle there. So we've had the kind of addiction card. So they could be a drinker. Child services, right. I don't want to go as heavy as child services. What I want to say is that this person's never really, they probably have got kids, but they've never really, that's not ever been their main focus because they're too busy thinking about themselves. They're too busy thinking about their ego and what they look like and their status within the world. Okay. They're not going to see the impact of what's coming, okay, because they're still attempting to grasp on. I do feel like there's some siphoning going off here, okay. I mean, I've been siphoning for the last couple of days and I've got this pulling on the back of my head and it's really irritating me, but I've just not had time or couldn't be bothered to do a return to sender, so that's going to be coming. The other sign for me, and this is going to sound really gross, but I start getting like sticky, sweaty armpits. I know when something's on me. Right, so we've got photo proof, caught in the act, evidence saved, truth in plain sight, happiness hater, romantic love affair, sex fix, secret lover, passion over loyalty. Right, so with the photo proof, I feel like somebody else has got photo evidence of what the kind of thing that they're up to, right? They feel quite depraved. It feels like they would do anything for attention, including selling themselves or parts of themselves, let's say. And it comes down to the fact that they're a happiness hater. They cannot stand the fact that this collective is finding their happiness. They're siphoning and draining their energy. Source is here to collect. Off with their heads. If you want a personalised TI reading, 15 quid, same day guaranteed recorded. You know where to go if that resonates. Type off with their heads. Ta-ta.